right, welcome everyone. We're back again with round one of the Nebraska Esports StarCraft 2 Open, and tonight we're going to be watching series between Kendo and Leafy. These are best of three, if you recall, and so the first match in round one is always on MLG Antigua Shipyard. And joining me today is none other than OMG Nerdballer. Why don't you say hello?
Hello, everyone.
Nice. Very nice.
OMG Nerdballer.
Thank you very much. And so, yeah, we're going to be trying to dual cast this. Unfortunately, we're doing it from this replays, so we're going to try to keep them in sync, and this may be a little glitchy, and we'll see how it goes. But before we go into the match, I would like to give a big shout out to our sponsors, QuickTech Computers, for supplying the machines on which we played the tournament, and for just being complete, total, awesome nerd ballers for the entire event. Greenfield's Pancake House and Restaurant, fantastic breakfast. You should check it out if you're in Lincoln. Also, Da Vinci's Pizza and Champions Fun Center, which hopefully we're talking to them about hopefully doing events at Champions in the future, like more StarCraft and League of Legends tournaments and such. So a big shout out to them, and a thank you to them for supporting local amateur esports and supporting this tournament. And let's just go right into it, I guess. You ready, Nick?
All right. Yep.
All right. I'm going to fade out the music, and then on my go, we're going to start the replay. Okay, you ready?
Normal speed or regular faster?
Yeah, just faster. You ready?
Times 8.
Times 8. I'll count down I'll count down from 3, 2, 1, go, and then on go, hit unpause it. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. And I apparently didn't do it. So anyway, I might be a couple seconds behind you. But anyway, here we are, and we've got Kendo spawning as the pink Protoss here in the 9 o'clock position, and he will be facing off against Leafy as the red Protoss in the 3 o'clock position. So that's right, we have a PvP, folks. But this is patch 1.4 something or other, and so it's not 4 Gate Wars every single time. And so I'm interested to see what we'll see in this this particular series.
Right, I kind of feel the same way. Usually I would go into analyzing the map and what players will usually do on this map. But if I recall, Kendo is silver, and Leafy hasn't played 1v1s, like on the ladder, since Season 1. So it's really just not even anybody's guess just on this map, just what either of them will do. So
yeah, this will be
possibly seeing new builds.
Should be pretty interesting. I'm excited to see what exactly comes out of each of these players. So right now, PvP does kind of start off a little slow typically, and so it'll be a little while before we see their builds deviate from each other. Already though, we are seeing a much earlier gateway for Leafy than for Kendo, and so that's going to give him a little bit of an advantage going into this early game.
Right, and then Kendo taking the gas right away, so possibly teching, or that's about the time you take the gas, right?
Yeah, that's about right.
I don't know enough about Protoss at all.
It seems like Leafy's gas is very late, and so maybe he's going for some sort of expansion here in a moment. Probably be saving up a lot of minerals and doing like a 1-gate expand from the look of things. But I mean,
right, it's already a little bit too late for a 2-gate.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. There goes the gas. So just a really late gas, and throwing down his cyber.
Yeah, so still not that far off. 8 seconds difference between the cyber cores, so they're going to get stalkers out at about the same time, depending on who chrono boosts what, or if someone goes for a sentry first. Just that much earlier gas from Kendo is the big difference in the builds right now.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, Kendo going to be a little bit ahead in gas. Is probably going to let him get a couple sentries or stalkers out if he wants to, ahead of Leafy, and that might actually make a huge difference if it does come down to some kind of early aggression against like 4-gate versus 4-gate. But it doesn't look like we're going to have that. We see second gas going down for Leafy right now. Zealot is out trying to chase this probe away, and first thing coming out for Kendo is actually a Stalker.
Right, he skipped the Zealot.
Yeah.
It lets you get up those next 2 gateways a little bit quicker if you skip that Zealot. It's kind of risky. No. I take that back. On this big of a map, he's really safe with skipping that Zealot, because Leafy could push across with the Zealot and the Stalker, but by the time I make it there, Kendo would have enough units to deal with it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And by that I mean 1 more.
So we do see an expansion going down for Leafy, so it doesn't look like he's going to be trying anything super aggressive anytime soon. Second gas down for Kendo, and second and third gate finishing up, so he might be looking at some sort of 3-gate expand. It would be kind of odd though for him to get that early Stalker and then go into 3-gate expand.
Right. A Sentry and 2 Zealots on the way though, so chrono boosting out that warp gate. So possibly when warp gate's done, with this 1 gate fast expand, 3-gate pressure timing. Not as all in as the 4-gate, but still could do a lot of damage.
But we actually do see him expanding.
As you can see now, Leafy's... I guess I was... told you we want to be able to guess these builds at all.
Exactly, they're both just trying to throw us off here. So I guess normally you see Sentries with that 3-gate expand, lets you get that expansion out a little bit sooner, but you know, opting to go for maybe, I guess, a little bit safer, getting the Stalker and some Zealots out. Having a brief poke right now from Leafy, but he's probably going to pull back here immediately once he sees that he can't actually do any damage.
Right, loses that probe coming up. I don't know if he realized I was in the group or not, or if he thought the great mix of units was Stalker Zealot probe.
Well, his warp gate
do 5 damage a shot.
His warp gate has just finished, so I'm guessing there's probably supposed to be a proxy pylon sort of probe, but that got stopped pretty quickly.
A little bit of miscontrol. So yeah, still very, very even at the 8-minute mark. 40 food, 39 food, 44, 41. Yeah.
Yeah, probably the real advantage right now is the harvester count is favoring Leafy by about 9 workers right now, and that's actually going to get very significant as this game goes on. He's going to need to throw down a bit more production.
Right, getting that...
I guess he has a robo.
Yeah, he's got the 4 gates and robo up. That earlier expansion by Leafy is going to put him a little bit ahead, worker-wise. So he'll always just deal 9 workers ahead, which, as we go further and further on, is not going to mean anything. Kendo has a robo of his own and 3 gates. So the appropriate amount of gates for where his worker count is compared to his opponent's.
Yeah, exactly. Now it looks like Leafy
ideally it would be the same, but
looks like Leafy's moving out right now with the small Stalker force. I don't think he should be trying to push here right now. He is actually behind an army right now, but slowly catching up. But he's just not in a good position to be being aggressive quite yet. But maybe he's just going to
Kendo has a nice ball.
Yeah.
And I guess Leafy has an observer coming out, gonna see what's up, and also has that robotic support bay down, so pretty soon he's gonna be pulling out Colossus, and about then is when his army will start taking off. I don't see anything in Kendo's base yet to help deal with that. His 4th gateway just now going down, getting an observer out himself, so we'll be able to kill the other. Oh, the other observer staying in the middle of the map. Never mind.
Fair enough. It does, I think you're right, though. As soon as Leafy starts getting Colossi out to support this Gateway army, he's going to be in great shape. He does need to make a few more Zealots and Stalkers to support it. But here we go. We got Leafy moving into the Natural right now, and this is not a good engagement for him. He's going to have to pull back. He does lose a Stalker. Force field goes down, but is not able to stop the retreat. And so Leafy's going to get out pretty safely.
Right, and I like the choice with the Guardian Shield there. Not quite quick enough to get the 30 force fields down that Protoss needs to be able to destroy a force like that, or at least keep it from running away.
Yeah. So it looks
so
like
Leafy is going to be able to retreat.
Yeah, it looks like it's Kendo's turn to be a little aggressive here. He did have that observer out there ahead, and he did know that he had the advantage and chased him away from the watchtower. But I guess he's not going to continue pushing. That's actually probably very wise of him. He needs to start getting a bit more tech of his own out, Immortals or Colossi, or really anything to supplement this Gateway army.
Right, both players have these observers out, but they're both in the middle of the map. I guess Kendo could be worried about DTs. There the observer goes scouting inside the base of Leafy, so Kendo's going to know everything that's up in Leafy's base. Hopefully Leafy notices it. Oh, and remembers to move his own observer to go check it out. But
what Kendo really needs to be doing right now is keeping tabs on Leafy's army and seeing, how big it is and how many colossi he has. But he is actually going to move in here blind without any knowledge of what the army is or where it is. And he's going to go ahead and check the third, see there's nothing there. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to push into the natural. But, lots of colossi actually.
Oh, he might be able to get those colossus. Good target firing.
Good target firing, but the colossi are able to move back. One colossus is going to go down. Doing tons of damage though with the second colossus, and that is going to push Kendo away. Just the sheer amount of DPS that the colossi do.
Right, he does get that forward pylon down, warps in some more zealots. Leafy fighting with some more probes there, and now Leafy just has a big army advantage.
But in the midst of that, Kendo did throw down his third, so if he can somehow muster up a defense to hold this off, he actually could be in tremendous shape. Though he's still pretty far behind in the harvester count, so I take that back. That third isn't really going to pay for itself until he catches up in workers.
Right, and again, I'm dwelling on these observers, I'm sorry. Kendo managed to get up about to the Nexus, but not far enough to see any of the tech productions or where anything else was. But back to the game of what's happening. 2 more robos going down as Leafy decides to push into the third base.
Oh, and a big misclick from Kendo. A lot of those stalkers running, just taking a lot of fire on the way. He's still focused firing down these colossi. Doesn't quite get the one. He's really got some tunnel vision on that colossus. Manages to snipe it, but he loses pretty much his entire army in the process.
Right, and I think that's about, in this situation, you have to get rid of those colossus right away. They just do so much DPS, especially if you have a bit of a smaller army. You might be able to out-micro them at those smaller numbers.
Yeah, but there's just...
But only if you can get rid of the colossi.
Just too many stalkers here, and they're going to clean up everything. Good force fields on the ramp, keeping a lot of those probes from escaping into the main. Going to take out the natural without any contest, and he really could pull back here if he wanted to, or keep going into the main.
Right, and I expect him to just go up.
Yeah.
Sort of camp for production, hang out by that pylon, and there we have the GG.
Yeah,
so in the first game of the series, Leafy's able to jump up 1-0.
Yes, and so we'll be back here in a moment with Game 2 in this series. Now, because Kendo lost it, he will be able to choose the next map, and we'll look and see what he chose here in just a moment, but we'll be back momentarily.